Iwobi's brace lifting Fulham up in the table as it stands with the Premier League right now. And Alex Iwobi, the star of the show tonight. There you go, they're up to 6 with that. And as for Alex Iwobi, he's now scored or assisted in each of the last 4 in the Premier League. Shining brightly tonight, Jules.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. It's interesting because when he moved to Everton from Arsenal, at times he played in a more deeper position in midfield, almost as an 8, and he has that ability to carry the ball. He's strong, he's quick, he's good technically. And with Marco Silva, he's back on what he was when he was younger at Arsenal, a wide player, having an impact, either trying to score or you know, in terms of deliveries and assisting. And he's done great. And I think to have Emil Smith-Rowe next to him and Reece Nelson when he can play, which won't be the case against Arsenal, but to have that kind of Arsenal connection, if you want, has also helped him. And Marco Silva is a really good manager. Jan said it earlier. I think people slip on him here in England, not really recognising how good he is because of what happened maybe at Everton in the past. But he's done an amazing job with this team. And even if for now, maybe for Fulham, it's about staying in the Premier League and consolidating that position and maybe a top 10 position year after year, I think they can dream this season. You said 6th in the table and they won't finish top 5, but if they can finish top 8, let's say, that will be a very good season.
Brighton do struggle against Fulham, though, it is fair to say. And I actually looked at the stats. 9 times they've faced them in the Premier League and always failed to beat them.
Yes, and I think Craig is making a good point. I'm a big fan of Fabian Hürzeler. I think what he's done, we don't have to talk about his age all the time because he's a very knowledgeable manager. But I think that the problem is when you play as they do and the ambition they have to play like this, teams like this will always be the trouble with the goalkeeper because a goalkeeper know that if he slips, if his pass is bad, he will be punished straight away. And funny enough, of the 11 players out there, he is the one who is worse with his feet. I mean, except from Ederson and things like that. A little fun fact, boys and girls, is that we watched the set pieces of Arsenal. There's a lot of talk about them in England at the moment, about how good they are. Fulham, before they scored today on the corner, they had 122 corners without scoring a goal. Then you need a set piece coach, don't you? So, I mean, that was a funny thing. But Brighton will be up there. I think they will be okay. But Fulham, I love to watch them. I love to go to Craven Cottage. I'm going there Sunday. Fulham are playing Arsenal. And it's just a cool team to watch. And they're 6th in the league. Is it 3-4 points after Manchester City now?
Maybe they need to hire Nicolas Joubert, because I know you're a big fan of him standing on the
No. It's nothing to do. Yeah, but it's nothing to do with him, Craig. But you know that thing that with every set piece, and I said, I put out a tweet, and I said I may be grumpy, and people said yes, you are. But all these set pieces, coaches, I love to see them work like the Americans do. You work in different departments. In training, you work on throw-ins, set pieces. But do you have to go forward all the time at every set piece when the delivery from Saka or Rice are the most important things anyway? I'm not sure, but I'm grumpy now, Craig. I've been too much together with you, I think.
They can analyse a set piece to death over here. Trust me about that.
Oh, they love that.
But maybe, I think what Fabian Hürzeler might say was, well, listen, this is the kind of play and risk-taking that has taken us to where we are at one point. I mean, they were 2nd in the league. They played early, I think, midweek or last week, and they went up to 2nd very briefly. And maybe he'll say, well, I'm prepared to have these mistakes now and again to get the benefit, and the plus side of it is going to be much more positive than the negative. Yes, the keeper's going to make a mistake now and again, but our overall play and results are going to be better by taking these risks. And I think that's the way a lot of these managers look at it these days. We would say, sometimes we'd say, right, just get it up the field. That mindset has kind of changed, and they're much more prepared to take the risks and encouraging their defenders and their goalkeepers to literally pass it across their 6-yard box. We see it all the time now. We see it all the time in every game we watch. But that's the way the game has gone. And unfortunately for goalkeepers, there are going to be just more and more of these mistakes, because as the pressure gets higher and they take more chances. And we saw in the Chelsea-Southampton game yesterday, for those that watched it, Lumley rolled it out and Madueke spotted it a mile off. I mean, it was a bit of a telegraph pass, but you know, that's what we're seeing every time we watch a game. That completely goes against the grain of what we used to do. But the game has changed. This is what they do. and they stick to their guns even when they make a mistake.